Welcome back. In this tutorial, we will be looking at Chapter 1, page 24. Example 1A. The first thing to notice here is that we have one particular type of interval that is being highlighted. E to B in the left hand here is the interval of a fifth. G to C in the right hand is also the interval of a fifth. And if we take a look at the rest of this example, we'll notice that all of the intervals are fifths. Now sometimes the fifths are melodic intervals, meaning that they're played one at a time. And other times they're harmonic intervals, meaning that they're played simultaneously. Next, notice in the key signature there are no sharps or flats. We are also in the time of 4/4. Let's figure out the hand positions, starting with the left hand. If we look at the left hand, the fifth finger, the lowest note, is going to be on E3, which is here on the piano. E3, which means my thumb will naturally rest on the B. The next measure, it's exactly the same, so I don't have to move my hand position. Notice we are paying attention to hand position, not necessarily what each individual note is. In the next measure, we shift up just one step. So I now move my hand from the E up a half step to F. Again, it stays the same for the remainder of the fourth measure. But on measure 5, it moves up to G. So again, I move my hand up, G, D. Measure 6, it moves back down to F, C, and then down on measure 7 to E, B, with a tie to measure 8. So again, just playing the positions. E, B, up a step, F, C, up a step, G, D, back down a step, F, C, and back down a step, E, B. Now let's take a look at the right hand. With the right hand, it starts in C position. I know this because my lowest note is C and my highest note is G. So I check the note parameters, C and G. The notes on measure 2 are the same. Measure 3, it moves up to D-A. Measure 5, it moves up to E-B. Measure 6, back down to D-A. And in measure 8, back down to C-G. Now let's play each of the chords, both hands, but just as a harmonic interval, just as block chords. My left hand's on E position, thumb on B. Right hand's on C position, fifth finger on G. Notice this is middle C on the piano. My right hand thumb is on middle C. The thumbs are adjacent to one another between the hands. So this is actually really, really easy to remember. So there's our first chord, E, B, C, G. On the third bar, we shift up. I'm going to shift both hands simultaneously. On bar 5, I shift up again. Bar 6, I shift down. And bar 7, I shift back down, just like that. Now we're going to actually play this in time. We're going to count this as we play. This is beat 1, 2, 3, 4. Half notes will hold for 2 counts. And of course, whole notes will hold for 4 counts. So just make sure you're counting carefully. Let's play this together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Half note, 3, shift. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, shift up. 1, 2, 3, shift down. 1, 2, 3, shift down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Now let's take a look at the very next example here on the bottom of the page. This is for the left hand. We know this because it is indicated left hand. It's in the bass clef. And the first thing we want to look at is just any details. We're in the key of C major because there are no sharps or flats in the key. And in the time signature of 3/4. Now, just like in the previous example, we're going to pay attention to the intervals. So let's take a look at the very first measure. We have the note C-E, C-E. C-E, C-E. That's the interval of a third. So I'll write that in here. Third. On the next measure, let's take a look at this next measure. We have C-F. That's the interval of a fourth. On the next measure, C-G. That's the interval of a fifth. In the next measure, the intervals change a bit. We have a second, a third, and a fourth, and then finally back to a fifth. Second, third, fourth, fifth. Okay. So again, we're going to play this, but only as blocked intervals. So I'm going to start with fifth finger on C, third finger on E. We'll play that as a block. Second measure, fifth finger still on C, second finger's on F. For the third measure, I just go to my thumb for the C-G. For the fourth bar, we have a second, F and G, then 3 and 1, then 4 and 1, and then 5 and 1. And the fingering there is 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. Try that with me. F, G, 2, 1, E, G, 3, 1, D, G, 4, 1, C, G, 5, 1. Now let's try playing this, but this time in rhythm. Notice we have 8 notes, so we're going to subdivide them. 1 and 2, 3. We could even subdivide the quarters if we'd like. 1 and 2, 3. Okay, let's try it together. So my left hand is down in bass C position. 1, and here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and fourth. 1 and 2 and 3, fifth. 1 and 2 and 3. Now second. 1, third. Fourth. Fifth. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Notice I played all of the staccatos very short. We've got a staccato here and here, here and here, here and here, and also on these 3 notes. Hopefully you found this helpful, and I will see you in the next video.